One of the more frequent topics of discussion in the clinic, at least lately, has been the idea of bending versus hinging. And this actually comes up in the gym as much as it does in the clinic, but you'll see these problem movement patterns in people that have back pain pretty frequently, and people that don't have great movement strategies to pick things up off the ground or bend forward. This is frequently accompanied by really tight hip flexors and really tight hamstrings and tight low back muscles, all of which probably don't need a good stretch. They just probably need you to leave them alone a little bit and not overuse them with common movement patterns. So it's absolutely essential that you hinge instead of bend when you pick up a barbell to do a deadlift or something like that, because just bending is going to result in an injury. You'll find that out pretty fast. Or maybe it'll be a little while before you figure it out, but eventually you'll figure it out because you get hurt. So if you just do it in everyday life where there's not much load, those effects can take a while to accumulate, and that bad pattern can get ingrained pretty bad or for quite a while before you notice those symptoms, that pain, whatever it is. So what's a bend versus a hinge? So a bend means that I'm standing upright like a normal person would. I need to pick something up off the ground. Rather than moving my hips back, my weight shifts forward. So my hips stay in the same position. I reach forward to get whatever I'm getting, tie up my shoes, grab the groceries, whatever. So just normal posture and forward. So a hinge rather than a bend means that I'm going to push my butt back. So I have a posterior weight shift. My center of gravity is going from here to here. And when I do that to bend, see if I give myself enough range of motion, I keep pushing that butt further and further back, then I get a sweet stretch through my hamstrings, but I'm getting a lot of deep core activation, the muscles that stabilize the spine, stop the segments from grinding and shearing on each other. Those muscles are all really active, deep core muscles. And I can use my glutes, I can use my hamstrings, everything's safe, everything's fine, I'm balanced. If I do the same thing, if I have that same range of motion, but I accomplish it by moving only forward, my weight is not shifting back, my center of gravity is going from here to here. An anterior weight shift, that's where you get into some real problems, because you don't get that deep core firing, you still get the stretch in the hamstrings, and the glutes aren't really turned on because they're going to turn on more when the deep core is turned on. So if you're not pushing your butt back so that you can move down, that's a problem. That's something that you're going to need to address. If you're grabbing a barbell for a deadlift, by reaching forward, you're going to get some sweet low back erector development, maybe some good hamstring development, but you're probably going to hurt your low back and you're not going to get some good glute development. So push that butt back, just even stand against the wall like I am here. This is what I have my patients do. Start just a few inches away from the wall and expand from there. But push your butt back to the wall. Put your hands on the front of your thighs. Boom, butt back to the wall. I want to slide my hands down my thighs, but I'm going to accomplish that by pushing my butt back. Because I could also do it by just bending forward. Not good. So hinge. That's what we want to see. That's a very a repeatable movement pattern. That's not going to get you in any trouble, and that's going to give you some good glute development, some good hamstring development, and lots of hamstring flexibility, which everyone wants.